but they still want to see your feature, they can go onto the Right About Now YouTube channel and watch the feature live. So if you have anybody that's not here that you think would thoroughly appreciate some amazing poetry, let them know right now. Go on the Right About Now YouTube channel at WAM Poetry, and they can watch the feature live right now. Hi, Internet. Can I get the whole audience to go, hi, Internet? Hi, Internet. Anywho, that's the end of that. All right, you all are excited. Are you ready? Are you ready? I need to know. Okay, I need to quiet. Make some noise if you have absolutely no idea who the feature is tonight. Go! Go, 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 go! Let's go, be proud, because you're about to be astounded and you didn't even know that you were gonna have your mind blown away. Make some noise if you know who the feature is tonight! A man who needs no introduction, therefore I will give him one. Our feature tonight is an Afro-Boricua writer, performer, and educator born and raised in the Bronx. He has performed at the Lincoln Center, the New York Poets Cafe, and Apples and Snakes London. He has received fellowships from Poets House, Canto Mundo, and Brooklyn Poets, and has been showcased on Blavity, Vibe, Button Poetry, Latin Trans, and Medium, and after tonight, right about now. He was most recently a member of the 2016 Bowery Poetry Club, where he met us. And is currently basking in the black excellence that is Luke Cage. Yo, I need you to start showing some love. Make some noise. Make some noise. Give a big Houston right about now. Welcome to Noel.
They stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there.
What's up, y'all?
Hey.
What's up, Houston?
Hey, y'all.
Oh, look, I'm learning. I've been here 5 days. It's been great. Let's do it. Let's do some homework.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm excited.
I drop bombs. Bombs. Bomba. 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 Y la plena con la bomba, con la bomba, con la bomba. Y la plena con la bomba, con la bomba, con la bomba. Y la plena. I drop bombs every time I pen batter. New Eurekan bone spatter. This is lyric over matter. Now my head is storyteller. Quiet, hear the pitter patter. Starting in the second chapter. Final passage, vocal rapture ending in beginning. So scream it faster. Screaming wepa like a campo wide disaster. Funny los viejos thought this music wouldn't last, huh? Pero gracias a Dios, the music's cyclical in nature. The countryside accordion, spring in danger. Einstein, a campesino, compacted the flavor. Now I am the bomb, the gift, a favor. Mis antepasados, rap is not a failure. Coated dino gold, lock load my chamber. A revolving roulette to reflect the labor. An air pocket snap to release a stranger. He greets me on the stage, a vomit ranger. Pero un momento es que el salsero. In mi mente he dances like a rebel. Moves like air 3 feet to the treble, I tremble. God, dinos think you're so special. Pero, body. My mind moves like bomba. Pure Africano hymn, it was brought on the backs of sugar slaves from Africa to Puerto Rico, where I'm from. It's as if everyone moves with 2 left feet because they knew they had a right one. My people move in 3s, from Africa to Puerto Rico to America, from countryside to boat to city, from drummer to dancer to audience, from bomba to plena to salsa. This is a storyline that you are not used to. The way that in the beginning nothing is ever right but we. Dino, brass bone, boom, try our best. Stumbling as things considered dirt always do to shake that which has been forgotten, yet we always be perceiving that which has been forgotten. Feel it, like espiritu, thinking, what if the Caribbean had it right? The way I wasn't raised learning Spanish, but have a Puerto Rican accent when I speak tongues. The way my best friend's body knew how to dance bachata before he ever understood that we move like God is watching. My mind moves like Bomba. In a constant 3-part conversation, can't find the beginning to a song, the middle to a rap verse, or the end to a poem. Just a genre of madness. The way a Bomba drummer creates a tapestry of stories within their throat, each layered within the next. The way a Bomba dancer, moving, weaving, searching the madness. The way the audience watches for transcendence, porque when I scream huepa, that's the closest I ever feel to God. What's up, y'all? My name is Noel Quinones. I am from the boogie down Bronx. All the way out here in Houston. Y'all fancy. Look at this fancy mic. We don't have this in New York. We don't have fancy mics in New York. This is beautiful. The vibes are good. The energy's good. Y'all are good. Are you good? Let me check. Y'all good? Yeah! The smoke is in there. Let's do it. All right. Whew. So, if you don't know, I'm Puerto Rican. I said it a lot. So we're just going to go on this contradictory journey through being Puerto Rican together. Shout out to Latinx Heritage Month if you didn't know. We got 3 days left. It should be all year. Okay. Eight confessions of my tongue. 1. I have snuck past the borders of another mouth today, made an accent taste like kinship, and watched myself drown in false comfort. There's always a countdown when you realize I am not fluent in Spanish. You expected the waterfall, the spit that crossed the ocean, the syllable suffocating dance, and it is a dance. This moving, weaving, searching, turning your back on what you can never keep up with. I contain so much sad brown mouth that I can't even pronounce Quinones without a stranger examining the air it took to learn it too. Everything here is a thievius memory, a hungry thing gobbling itself into existence. I listen to Daddy Yankee, Evie Queen, Tego Calderon make a bastion for reggaeton in my throat, but can't tell you what the songs mean. I yell Mark Anthony lyrics and think volume equates to knowledge. I tell myself it's not lying if I feel something, but I'm always the last one to yell huepa. Forever late to my own identity. 3, my tongue is a countryless serpent. They whisper of my fraud on the block and in the classroom, but all I have are these 2 false skins stitched into a name I've worn. So many of my family member stories that confuse my childhood for theirs. 4, I can't remember the last time I didn't use Google Translate to prove myself to a poem. 5, this means I am not as fluent as my poems. They are an imagined Latinidad, where I touch the shore and it accepts me, where my grandmother wasn't spit on every day for not knowing English, and you can see it in my father's amnesia. When I ask him about our indigenous language and he laughs 6,000 dead bodies onto the dinner table. 6, I practice a self-torture in front of the mirror every single morning. Mimic whatever words I stole to make myself a more Latin thing. Cambiará, servilleta, compañero, my skin, always mistaken for home. My last name, an invitation to strangers who say your parents should have taught you, but my parents say it's my fault. And I remember the first time I asked for help, when to use por y para in a sentence, and they said you just feel it. You're just supposed to feel it. 7, I don't. 8, my tongue is a gringo's last hope. A stutter beneath a foreign accent mark. A transcontinental thing stuck in its own ocean, and so I flood Quinones onto my mother's lap. Que vergüenza, she says. Now you don't belong anywhere. No, that's the crazy thing about my family. About sets is like, you have a whole plan. I have a whole plan. I spent hours. I was just like, this is the order, and then it's never that order. And so I feel like doing this poem, so I'm gonna do this poem. So, anybody know any stereotypes about the Bronx? I had an Uber driver a few days ago, and he was like, "Oh, where are you from?" I was like, "Bronx." He's like, "Ooh, tough. Must have been hard for you." And I was just like, "You're talking about the movies, right?" And it was, so I grew up in the Boogie Down. This poem is for my father, who grew up in the South Bronx. And this is about me trying to go back. We left the Bronx for a reason, or a family history in my father's voice. You are my son, Noel, a clinging pair of hands and a stubborn asthma gasping to the beat of the Bronx. Every time you breathe, I hear my sister's voice again, and I know it to be a dirty nostalgia. How the worst things always come to mold us, so let's get something straight. 13 years in that borough was more than I ever wanted for you, and now you want to move back. That's why I worry about you. All this false accent, unanchored slang, utopia memory to entertain people who don't know you or me, or how you can spread a cadaver across the Bronx and never know what it died from, and isn't that a family history? Trying to count your saviors on two hands and still only having fists. Creston Ave didn't teach me anything but how to cling to people already leaving. You watch enough family put into wood, you start to thank God for metal. How a car accident saved your Theo from the streets, and how disgusting it is to kneel at what took his legs away, but that's the Bronx, I know. The history I buried that you want to play gravedigger to. You ever notice how every family history ends with someone talking about things they don't know anything about? So keep ignoring me if you want, but ask your cousin about forgetting. Ask your Theo about forgiveness, or better yet, ask your grandmother's memory. Clinging to loose rocks in a good river, where every current was a prison sentence threatening to swallow everyone with our last name, and you still ask me why we left. Demand answers of my choices, but at least I'm here to make them. To tell you, break the shrine to your grandfather's arms, every vein blooming with a blackened lily, only enough water to make a will and testament beneath your grandmother's eyes. The truth is, we have all given a piece of ourselves to the Bronx except you. And I know what you want. A father that never hid half of your entire family from you, but I can't change that. Is knowing you are my greatest accomplishment not enough? Won't you praise with me that you will never know what it is to truly struggle? To be so hungry your bones shake loose all your brothers' names. I wanted everything beyond that life, and I don't need to prove myself to you. You are everything the Bronx never made because I survived, so now you be great. Be me, be your mother, be better. Be grandma and abuelo and abuelo and tata and 3 more generations of salsa to say we don't always stay stagnant. We don't always accept the Bronx that is given. We become something and visit our elders with every worthy salvation denied to them. Will you do this? Will you do this for me? Wow. Woo! All right. Heavy, heavy, heavy. All right, so let's do this next one. This is my currently. Oh, goodbye, adios. This is my current only funny poem. So it'll be awkward if you don't laugh, but you don't have to laugh. All right. I'm just gonna run with it, right? It's for my grandmother. This is also for Drake. Abuela, disciplines Dominican Drake. Audrey Great Graham. Ven aquí. Ven aquí. No. ¿Qué es esto? What is this about you starting from the bottom? You know you started in mi casa, right? You know you started in my house, huh? And are you calling my house the bottom, huh? Well, is it not the bottom? Well, which is it? Is it the bottom or is it not the bottom? Que Dios santísimo. No. Let me tell you something. Maritza came over last night. And you know what Maritza told me? Maritza told me that she heard from Chucha, who told Dio Lenny, who heard from Bianca, who told Yismaranda, who told Stephanie that you said my house is dirty, nene. Dirty. When you know I cover all the furniture in plastic for a reason and you want to embarrass me like that? The woman who bathed you when you didn't want to break character in Degrassi? Who told Tio Pepe to carry that wheelchair for you everywhere? Huh? The woman who saved the congon for you before Tiger and your other little friend, what was his name? Wayne, qué sé yo, the one with the tears on his face, nene. The tears, huh? Why you and your friends always so emotional, nene, huh? You want something to cry about? How about you cry for tu abuela? You embarrassed me on the radio, call me a cochina, and now what do you think people are gonna think? People are gonna think I'm a bad mother. They're gonna think I'm a bad parent. Porque cuando yo me muera, that's all they're gonna know. And now I hear you running around in socks y chancleta like tu papa, que vergüenza. When you know I saved your cousin's shoes for you when he bought them and you don't even wear them no more. Oh. Because you're too good now, huh? Because you left the bottom, huh? Porque ahora codiendo en la sed con tus walls, huh? What the hell is a wall, nene? A wall better not be one of these girls, cause abuela knows about these girls, huh? Did you forget who made you mangu when Nicki Minaj ignored your phone call and you cried like a baby, huh? And your tears and your moguls got all on the food and it was disgusting. But you know what I said? What did I say? You know what I said? I never liked that girl. I always knew she was trouble. Pero no one listened to abuela and now y tu novia and I hear you're singing and I'm out there singing Love Me Like I'm Aventura. Who is this Aventura? Does Aventura come from the bottom? Does Aventura tell his grandmother's friends that she lives in a third world country? Huh? Cause let me tell Aventura something. I love you, nene. I love you even when you make me stop the novela because you're crying so loud. Y no hay una chica who can wipe your tears like I wiped your ass eye and now you're crying again. You know what? Forget it. Just get in the kitchen. ¿Por qué? Porque you always know I'm making your favorite. Estúpido.
Enjoying the poet so far. Oh yeah, Houston. Alright, Noel, let me ask you, did you bring merchandise with you?
I did bring merchandise.
What you got with you?
I have my book.
He's got a book.
I have a book.
How much is your book?
It is $10.
Only $10? You can't afford not to buy it!
That's right. Do you have any other merchandise?
I have cards that have my website, and
He's
you get
got
those
cards.
for free.
Those are free! He's got a book with him. He came all the way from New York just to be with you. He has no other reason to be in Houston except to be here with you tonight. Okay, this is true. This is true. I cannot tell a lie. It's true. I do not lie. So, you can totally go talk to him afterwards. He's got some books for sale. He's going to be hanging out over there at the front. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pass around this little Bombay Sapphire tip jar. This is going to be a tip jar. Anything that you put in here is going to go directly to Noel. It's going to help him with like gas money and food and hair products, things like that. You know, he's going to need a little bit of that. So, we're going to pass this around. You can totally put some money in here. You can go buy his book. You can go do both. In any case, what you definitely need to do is keep listening, and afterwards, go talk to him. He's a nice guy. Even if you're not going to buy anything, just go talk to him. Give him a hug, as long as he says yes.
I do like hugs. Please hugs. Alright. Cool. So, I love Kendrick Lamar.
Yes!
He's great. This is also my first diss track. So, you know, they're only really good if you love the person. And so I'm doing it because I love Kendrick, right? And he needs to stop rapping in Spanish because it's not cool. And that's what that is about, right? Because that's called cultural appropriation, folks. So, this is for Kendrick. This is also probably my best title so far. And I'm gonna say that because I really like this title. Cool. Alright. This poem is called Arroz Poética Battle Rhyme for Kendrick Lamar. After Untitled 3/5/28/2013. What the Latinos say, silence is doubt. That's what my parents say, build me some clout. Multiply from the charm and rhythms they start to count. Him believing in quantity, me believing in drought. Asked him about Latinos in Compton, he said, I don't usually count. Demanded, what are you doing? I said, taking my time. You wanna rush Spanish, I made this country mine. Los Angeles, a Nueva York, ain't by design. We repetitious accent, heard your collard green rhyme. Spitting do, spitting accent part-time. How many rappers wanna go and take my tongue for a ride? What the Latinos say, I want a piece of your mind. That's what Latinos say, give me a line. In one of your songs, and really you act surprised, always forgetting our presence in these racial divides, telling you made maids of Latinos, mockery of my people, felt invisible hands on the way to the steeple. Equity at this height, really we'd be alright. If you only reflect on generational sight, D-verse with so much well-versed intention. Look at my heritage before you mention what the Latinos say, my piece is mine. That's what mi gente say I need to decline. Any features the beg, so satisfy my design. Do it all for the language, from the rhyme to the vanquish. Like to live in this palette where everything is this anguish. What I'm saying to you, nod your head to the truth. Language power, fuck on a new flow every hour, I couldn't be prouder. To Kendrick translates the high power. Entonces I'ma call it high poder and make it ours, joder. No esperaba eso. Then I recommend you stop y playback mi proceso. Este lenguaje es nuestro. Actually, all this hip-hop shit is nuestro. I spit it quick and plentiful. Y todos mis compañeros comieron. Y ahora nunca se olvidaron. So Kendrick, no matter what you do or what you say, I shall comer las frutas de mi fuerza when I perform again. I tell him, Kendrick, no matter what you do or what you say, I shall comer las frutas de mi fuerza when I perform again. Word. These are my last two poems. Thank y'all. Being here, rocking with me. If you don't know what's happening in Puerto Rico right now, Puerto Rico is in $73 billion of debt to the United States. They did not create that debt. The United States created that debt. And if you don't know, Puerto Rico is a commonwealth, aka a colony of the United States. And so this is for what's happening in Puerto Rico, for the schools that are closing, for the hospitals that are closing, for the people that are starving on the streets. And it's for that guy who's talking in the back. Shout out to you. They call you Puerto Rican, child of the proudest people in the world, of the last colony and all its obedient burden, purveyor of Stockholm Syndrome's mantra, 117 years captive of a puppet's false heaven. To believe yourself a real home when it's called the island of enchantment for a reason, Taino. You're compromised with a blasphemous savior, swallowed a white man's dreaming to nurture a half-breed gospel, but we remember the first time your God confused whiteness for divinity here, and we killed the preacher. 6,000 bodies later, you called a massacre a miracle, and we have been misguided praise ever since. Land of the hollowed pride, nest of strings within, everything previously pulling apart now beneath the wood of me, living legacy to a pendulum kind of ego. Each swing, a decision between Spanish and English, a choice of the fire we dance our tongues above. And is that not enough branding? To have colonization grow an intimate thing of your bloodline. Have the whole diaspora thinking themselves too lazy to abolish the histories tattooed across this skin, the gall of this ownership. To make us boastful of the bleached ankles, exchanging our dance, forgetting we taught a weaving of steps to call itself by name. Dare a bystander to say salsa and not mean tomorrow. You will smell pride in this home again today. Call me a young lord sitting atop a paper altar, fashioned from thousands of FBI surveillance files, how America loves to watch us shift under $73 billion of debt, crown us crumbling at the shoreline to the Jones Act, can't even speak trade without pleading for open borders. What an island to fear its own ocean. And you question why I care for a place I never grew up in. Blame this boundless horizon, dawning from a Boricua's promise to the rhythm. These people who worship an abuela's will to conquer anything short of a coquí's siren. No, life is the last mystery we dance to, eat to, praise to hear your father say you didn't grow up pro-Puerto Rican. In the same breath he swears everyone wants to be us. When black friends call you out of your ethnicity, and other Latinos say, at least I have a country to be proud of. Pride is the fickle birth of stars. To know someone at some point praised a piece of time that you couldn't even see yet, and it is here. Knowing exactly what it means to be the last of anything, that I demand independencia, porque yo soy boricua, pa que tú lo sepa, so you know that this is pride. Someone came up to me like years ago and told me that he felt that one of the best gifts was not to enjoy the poem, but to want to go and research what the poems were about. And I've always taken that with me. This idea that the poems are not just poems, that spoken word itself is a textbook, is a history that's not actually in existence. We're telling stories that are not written. And that is the best gift that you could give me, is if you want to look up what's happening and become more knowledgeable about what's going down. Before I do this last poem, I want to shout out Right About Now. It's not very often that I become friends with the people that I go to do the show for. And that is a truly beautiful thing. They took me to the Houston Zoo a few days ago. It was great. And I made real familia here. And I specifically want to shout out the people I've been staying with, who are Lupe and Jasmine Mendez. Also amazing people. So thank you for the vibes. I'm a very spiritual person, and the vibes here, beautiful, beautiful. So this poem is a year and a half ago I started identifying as Afro-Latino. So this poem is everything I've been told after I started identifying as Afro-Latino. It's shout out to all the great people who said terrible things to me. So yeah, thank y'all. Perdóname. Is this enough? To barter for that American tongue? I heard it can carve the memory out of anything until your throat calls the knife father. I heard you like the way it speaks English. I tried to steal it once, but my family got there first, Nanny. When are you gonna cut your hair? You know we left the Bronx for a reason, huh? And you know we left the Bronx for a reason, huh? And next thing you know, you have cornrows. And if you ever get cornrows, I'll never speak your name in this house again. Of course I know Puerto Ricans come from Africa. I know that. That's why we frame the history of our last name on the wall. It has our family crest from Spain. Isn't it beautiful and bleached and half a bloodbath's amnesia? Remember how important it is to know all of your history? Heard you calling yourself Afro-Latino now. How's that working out for you? I mean, I'm just confused. I just don't know where all this black stuff came from. It's so sudden. You didn't grow up like that, right? I mean, I'm just baffled. Can you even prove it? Prove it? Prove it? You ever been baffled by your own Spanglish? How it tries to lick the moon clean of its grays? Knows how hard it is to be a smudge shade instead of a real color? Real. Yo. You can't really be black if you speak Spanish, man. But let me tell you something, you can say the N-word as long as you say it with a Spanish accent. Oh my God. I love it when you speak Spanish to me. Please speak Spanish to me. Please speak Spanish to me. Please speak, well, I'm not fluent, I'm still learning just a sentence or a word. How do you say love? Isn't it a more? Tell me more. My friends call you my Latin lover. That's cool with you, right? It's just a joke that replaced your name. You're just a phase. My brother said he saw you eating tacos on the Discovery Channel. It's like they own you now, but he's not racist. Every day since we've been together, I ask myself, where did you come from? Where did you come from? Where did you come from? You should go back to where you came from. Where are you gonna take me now? Is it gonna be somewhere ethnic? The New Eurekan Poets Cafe? Are all your friends gonna be there? Whoa. It's like no one understands Spanish here. Didn't your people build this place? What? What'd you say? Are you trying to tell me something? Are you trying to communicate with me? The first word of your poem was in Spanish. So I tuned you out. Thanks so much,
Definitely go talk to him after this. Buy a book from him. Even if you're not going to buy a book from him, just go talk to him. He's going to be hanging out over there in the front. So go talk to him all the way from the Bronx in New York City, which I love. Let's just be clear, for the record, I love New York City. And I love the sound. Make some noise for our feature tonight! Yeah! Alright. So we had a, wait, before I say this. There's a poet that lost a set of keys tonight. So look around. It's a set of keys. It's got a yellow and black East Bay keychain on it. Okay, that would be wonderful if somebody would find that and return it to its owner. If you find a set of keys, just bring them up to the front. We'll make sure that he gets them. All right, cool. Look around. I'm gonna give you a minute to do that. And okay. We had a slam earlier tonight, which means that we've got some winners, which means that we've got some money to give out. Woo! Make some noise. Okay, so I gotta figure out how we're gonna do this. Because, let me see. 10, 20, 30. Wait. 10, 20, 30. Can I get 2 5s? I need change. Alright. In third place tonight, with a score of a 28.9, make some noise for Gandhi! He's gonna win a fresh, soggy, because it's been in my back pocket, Hamilton! And then, in second place tonight, there is no second place tonight because we have a tie for first place tonight. Oh! Both scoring 29.6. Make some noise for RJ Wright and 9. While they're walking up, I just want to point out, they were the ones that were most excited about going clean slate in the second round because they were like, fuck yeah, there's going to be no ties. Each of them wins $25 tonight. These are your winners tonight. These are your poetry winners tonight. Make some noise. And let's just be honest, though. Let's just be honest. The real winners are you guys for experiencing that entire thing. Make some noise for yourself. You guys have been amazing tonight. Make some noise for yourself. Make some noise for the judges. Judges, thank you so much. Make some noise. They've been great tonight. Absolutely impartial. Thank you to our bartenders tonight, Christy May. Thank you to our DJ tonight, DJ himself. Thank you to Zach Hill up at the front. Thank you to our featured Noel. Thank you to our winners. Thank you to all our poets. My name is Jimmy. It's been an absolute honor and a blessing not to be your host tonight. We ask 4 things of you, just 4, maybe 5. Okay? 1, if there's trash, throw it away. If you have cups, take them to the bar. 2, if you brought a chair from the front, take it back to the front. 3, high five a stranger. 4, hug a poet. 5, follow us on social media, WAN Poetry. Thank you, absolute pleasure. Go talk to Noel after this. He's gonna be hanging around. We'll be back next week, 7:30. Side of Briscoe's up. Poetry starts at 8. Good night.